Texas is really like just vibes. Really, like a lot of other schools, they be too, like they all about business. But Texas is like business and pleasure hand in hand. Like if you take the business part seriously, they can take the pleasure part seriously too. You feel me? It was Coach Sark was talking to me. Their D-line and Bo was talking to me. Coach PK was. They were all like talking like how I would fit in and stuff, and like the attributes I have that would like benefit the defense and stuff, and like things I need to work on, things I'm good at. Like it was really informative. Gave me a lot to think about.
All right, all right, all right. I know you guys just heard that audio clip from Danny Okoye, man, from Tulsa, Oklahoma, about how he thinks Texas is a vibe. And not only do they have the business side in order, but they have the fun side in order as well. And he says that, look, a lot of these schools are all about business, but Texas is about business and fun. And how is this going to play into the recruitment of one of the top defensive ends in the country? Look, I think Texas is starting to close this gap. Has Texas narrowed this recruiting gap when it comes to Danny Okoye? Man, look, this is going to be a wide open recruitment state, like I said, but he is in the state of Oklahoma. And let me tell you, folks, Oklahoma, when it comes to football, is a lot like Louisiana, not from a talent standpoint, but from the kids that are in Oklahoma, they usually go to Oklahoma or Oklahoma State. They got two really good schools academically and athletically to choose from that they can go pursue their dreams at the next level. Parents can come see them play just down the street, just like Louisiana. You got LSU down there, and those kids get to go to LSU. They're born, bred, and raised to go to LSU. Same thing with Oklahoma, folks. But Danny Okoye's comments, let me know what you guys think about that. But first, guys, let's get off and get into our first sponsor. Support for the Ninos Corner podcast is brought to you by BetUS.com. Hey, folks, go to BetUS.com. Get yourselves a 125% sign up bonus using the promo code NinosCorner at BetUS.com. Folks, that is free money. 125% sign up bonus. That means go place a bet on all your games. Go place a bet on all the fights, UFC, boxing, football, baseball, basketball. Place a bet and get yourselves a 125% sign up bonus, folks, at betus.com using the promo code Nino's Corner. All right, so who is Danny Okoye? Danny Okoye, folks, let's take a look at his screen here, and we're just going to look and see exactly who he is from an on-3 consensus standpoint. Danny Okoye, folks, is a 6'5", 230-pound edge from the 2024 class from Tulsa, Oklahoma. The on-3 consensus ranking has him as a national top 169th player here in the country, national four-star recruit per the consensus, the number 11th ranked edge in the country, and the number one player in the state of Oklahoma. Like I tell you, those guys usually don't leave the state, but those comments that Danny gave to Paige the Rockstar, and guys, if you're not following Paige the Rockstar, she is one of the um, premier Texas Spaces people who does so much when it comes to recruiting and just Texas interviews. Go follow Paige the Rockstar on Twitter, on all the social media platforms. But she had a space open, and Danny and also Deshaun Warner were in that space, and she was just talking about how great it is to be here at Texas. And he just came out freely and just started talking about how the Texas vibe is. How does this play, folks, when it comes to a guy like Danny Okoye and his recruitment? So we all understand that the playoffs are going to expand here in the next few years. And so what does that mean for these recruits? This means that they don't have to go to one of the four schools that are always in the college football playoffs to win a national championship. This means that this is opening up the aperture for more teams to come in. So if your team peaks right at the right moment, they might have a slip up in the first couple games. Or like, let's say Texas dares to be great and we are scheduling in Alabama for 2 years in a row. A lot of teams aren't scheduling Alabama for 2 years in a row as an out of conference game. Again, Texas in the next couple years are uh, scheduling Michigan a home and home series with Michigan, daring to be great. A lot of teams aren't scheduling that kind of Power Five competition. If they are scheduling Power Five competition, it's not the best of the best in the Big Ten or the best of the best in the SEC. So this allows teams to dare to be great. If they have a slip up in the top of the season, and maybe that's one of their two losses, or maybe their only loss, then they have a potential, if they're not in the top four, to still make the playoffs. And so, how does that play with what we have here with Danny Okoye? Danny Okoye is basically saying that the business side of the house is there in order at Texas, and you can still be able to have fun. So this means that I can still go ball, have a great time, have a little fun. And guess what? We're going to finish in that top 12 to 16. And guess what? We're going to make the playoffs when I'm there on campus if he decides to come to Texas. So this plays a lot with the NIL era now. The NIL era is allowing these young men to be able to benefit off their name, image, and likeness. So they're going to want to come to schools that are going to give them the best opportunity to expand upon that. And if they can do that at a school like Texas, where, like Danny says, it's a vibe, you have the best of business and you have the best of fun at this school, and it's not all about business, right? And so you have the opportunity to continue to be a kid. I mean, of course, they are young men, but these are guys that are 18, 19 years old. Think about what you were doing when you were going to college at 18 or 19 years old. You wanted to have some fun. And so I think this is going to be a huge selling point when it comes to schools like Texas and the schools like USC's and the schools like UCLA, where you do have an environment around you outside of football that is an outstanding environment that allows you to do great things as well. Texas has. Do you think Texas has narrowed that gap, from him not wanting to solely focus on the Oklahoma schools? Is Texas narrowing that gap to put themselves in a position to be one of the schools and the programs to be picked when it's time for him to make his commitment in his recruiting cycle? Let me know what you guys think, man. Horns always up, hook them. And on that note, folks, do you don't be afraid to fail, outgrow your environment, understand your brilliance. Ninos Corner, I'm out, hook them.